2 years ago, August 2022, from over 100 different individuals, and the flowers now fell apart. They used to be in this little pom-pom umbrella shape, and now they just fall apart. Here's the stems, and I think a lot of people just stop here, especially with like Toyon. They'll just stop once they see that. You could use the picture, to show you. What I love to do is I love to take a picture with my camera, and with the camera you can zoom in. There's so many tools that weren't that much available 10 years ago that it's so easy now. If you took a picture of this and zoomed in, you would see that that's not seed. It doesn't compare. So I'm gonna put this down. Yeah, the handlings, The handlings are dead. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna apply a lot of pressure. Like, when those bill collectors come, that much pressure. And then there's the dust, right? That's what I broke apart. And then here is all the seed. You guys see that seed? So now we have the seed. If I just took this and sowed that, not only would it take a while to germinate for the water to feed into the flower, but this is what leads to a lot of that disease that Hanya was asking about, maybe like why you might sterilize it, because you have all these flower parts on there. So now I've gotten most of the flower parts off with my California. Pick up the mic. With my California buckwheat, I'm gonna sow it on the surface. It's here on the surface. It's not corn that I buried. So I want to give myself a day or two in advance. I want it to germinate faster because I hate keeping the surface wet. It's hard. So I'm going to soak it in water. I forgot to put water in this. We'll soak it in water overnight. I like to have it be warm water, like a tea. So warm water doesn't have to be, it can be just whatever water. And then the next day, we'll strain. And then you have a bunch of wet seed. And wet seed's hard to sow. So then I'm going to add some of that sand. And then sand, it's on the thing, but it's silver sand. Number 20, they run it through a screen silica sand. And now that I have this, then that's easy to sow evenly if you just, especially with Delzia monkey flower, if you don't use something to germinate, you get 6,000 monkey flowers here, and then it's all empty. So I'm just sowing this. And if you guys have a tofu container, it's the same thing. You're just going to cover that area of the tofu container. And then if you just get a hose, and you just get your neighbor and you go, hey, can you water my stuff? He's like, yeah. The seed's gone. And then you move out of the neighborhood. That's really good for lightly watering. This is even better. This is a mist. If you have small like tofu, containers, we're just spraying the top to keep it wet 2 or 3 times a day. Or my new favorite is the flower chingada. You just spray and lightly keep it wet 2 or 3 times a day. This is gonna wake up. This will probably take about 10 days to wake up. So I would expect germination about 3 or 4 more days. And then once we see enough germination, we stop having to keep the top wet, and then we want to water the tray. And then that's
the tray in shade?
No, full sun. Yeah.
Wow,
if you
be out there watering a lot then.
Yes, yeah. And again, like I said, I'll put this guy. I can't do this with you. I'll put this on top to keep the mice out, and then in the hot times, you can put this to keep the humidity in and not have it be so you'll still get 80 degrees if it's maybe a 95 degree day, but it won't evaporate as fast. And then once we see germination, then I start fertilizing. To me, it's really important. I don't want these plants to get stunted at all. Right? So this was sown about 6 weeks ago. This was sown about 7 weeks ago. That's ready to plant out about 2 more weeks. So we can get a restoration plant in about 10 to 11 weeks if it's the right time of year. And that's why I sowed during the summer, because I want to go fast. If I had sown this during the winter, it would take almost twice as long, like 4 or 5 months, because it's so cold. Everything moves so cold. Maybe in Riverside, it would be different. 115 degrees, 110 degrees, maybe it's different. But during the summer, 85, 95 degrees, I'm going quick.
That's interesting because in nature, it's going to germinate in the spring, and a lot of those.
For sure.
Not in the not in a lake.
We're not doing nature, right? Yeah, we're doing this. Yeah, and then once this, hopefully it's in nature, that flowers and then it'll wake up on its own time, right? But for us, we're doing things a little bit differently.
But are you doing that with everything? Because a lot of things, don't they need cold? They need falling temperatures or cold temperatures to germinate.
I haven't found native plants. Yeah, just the opposite. The milkweed's the only one. Yeah, there are plants that need that diurnal fluctuation, that need that long nights, and yeah, not with native plants. I'm not successful with every native plant. That could be why Venus is whooping my butt. But yeah, cool. So if anybody wants to take milkweed home, there's empty envelopes. Well, not milkweed, sorry. Milkweed. There's empty envelopes here. And if you want to take a handful, you're welcome to. And these are $20. Yeah, 2 for 20. Any questions? No? Enjoy your plants. I hope you guys got a lot of native plants. Keep them going. And you can't smoke it. I know you guys are trying to ask. Did she ask if you could smoke this? You can.
Yeah, nobody asked that.
I can tell by the eyes. You can tell by the eyes sometimes. The intention's there.
This guy.
You read Pride and Service?
Yeah, my brother.
What was your question, ma'am?